Hi, Stitchers. This is Stitching to Connect Annie. It's a gorgeous day here in Colorado. It's supposed to be 90 today, but there's a lot of clouds coming in. So I thought I would get this filmed really quick. It probably won't be very long. I don't have a lot to share, but I'm playing Mahjong this afternoon in less than an hour. So I have to make this short, or at least 45 minutes anyway. So I hope you're all doing really well. Excuse the no makeup look. I'm just got out of the shower, decided I just go natural today, put on some SPF moisturizer and make it a day of not worrying about makeup. So anyway, my hair is clean. I'm clean. Too much information. Hope you're having a great day. I'm gonna chat with you a little bit about my progress on my WIPS and a little bit of haul, a little bit of life. It's a little breezy, so my hair is going to be flying, and a new start. I think I have I do have a new start. So let's just jump in. I think I told you last time I was stitching on this one, which is Flocked Together by Hands-On Design with the, I don't know when this was done. It was done a while back. I don't see the copyright on it, but it was To the Beach series, and there's a lot of fun ones that I probably will do after I finish this one. My friend Jessica gave it to me after she stitched it, and this is how much I've done. So I think I had most of the bird parts done. I didn't do any more on this guy, but I don't think I'd done as much dock. So I know I did this part and maybe these. Maybe at least this part. Yeah, so it's coming along. It's on an 18 count, I believe. It's either 16 or 18 because that's what I stitch on for the most part. I'm really enjoying it. I really want to get it out and stitch it and finish it by the next filming. Again, my words. So that was my first one. My second one is, I know I told you that I had joined Al Forst Embroidery's Sal Treasure Island. I want to call it Treasure Hunt, but it's Treasure Island. And I got the pirate ship done. There's a name for it. I can't remember. And there's a name for this house too. I've never read the book. So they are explaining as we go what the little vignettes and characters are all about. But I got the ship and the water all stitched, and then I started up here and I'm doing this section. And the new release, if you would like to see it, is, see if I can find it on my iPad super quick here. I can. It is and why isn't it coming up? That's bizarre. There we go. I knew it would come up. Just have to give it a minute. Okay, the new release, and I can show you this because this is a stitch along a Sal that is free on Al Forst Embroidery if you want to join. I believe that's Jim, I think. Anyway, so all the chains that go up and connect and him. So he's the new release. They release every 2 weeks. So the next one will be July 7th, and that'll be the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's the one. This is the 4th release. So he's the 4th release, and then there'll be another one. So he goes right here, and then the next one will go right here. So they have it divided out. I'll show you that real quick. They have it divided out into the pieces that will be released by you can look at it like this so you can see. Sorry about the glare. So the 1 is the middle part, then the 2 and the 3 on the side, and then the 2 below that And that's how it goes. So those are the releases. I'm having fun with this. I like the fun colors. I like the fabric I chose. I believe it's a Bee Stitch Me. I think I got it in a Bee Stitch Me box. I'm pretty sure. So I'm doing a combination of silks and I robbed Peter to Pay Paul box from Al Forest Embroidery that I had ordered. So I'm pulling my own threads, essentially. And I think it's turning out lovely. I'm really liking it, and it's fun to stitch on. So those are my 2 WIPs, and the one is a stitch along. And then I started this, and it is a start. That's all it is. And it is, if I can find it, it's a big one. It's going to be a big one. It's full coverage. It's a lot. Why am I getting? I don't know why those are on there. Delete. There we go. Delete. Okay. I showed you the box from last time. I did the unboxing of the Page to Screen box with Black Needle Society, and I told you we were doing a stitch with me or a Zoom where we sit and stitch with each other to discuss that book. Unfortunately, I got only in on the first 45 minutes of it because I had commitments that day. But I was crazy and I got this stitch. It's full coverage. It's very similar to a Heaven and Earth Designs, but isn't that pretty? So I'm up in the corner up here with this dark blue over here. That's where I started. I think I'm going to have fun with it. Oh, and I'm doing it 2/1 10th stitch, so it'll be quicker. And I'm doing it on 28 count, 25 count. It's one of the ones I started years ago. I started Heaven and Earth Designs on the Treasure Hunt bookshelf. That's why I want to call that other thing Treasure Hunt, but it's not. It's Treasure Island. The Treasure Hunt bookshelf by Amy Stewart. And I wasn't happy with it, and so I just flipped it corner to corner using the same fabric because I have enough of it. And that's where I've gotten. That's how far I've gotten. It's going to be a long one, people, stitchers, but you know me. I think I'm a process stitcher more than a product stitcher. I think I've established that in a lot of what I've said in the past. So yeah, that's going to be fun. So that'll be like evening kind of stitches where I'm just kind of like mindless. I don't even have to do X's. I can just do half, I'm doing half crosses, basically what 10th stitch is. And the coverage is pretty decent. I'm using two strands DMC on 25 count. I think it's 25. And I don't think it's 28. I think it's 25. Okay. So that's all the stitching I've gotten done. I'll tell you why, although it's only been 8 days since my last one. So, it's not too shabby for 8 days. But a lot of life has happened. So we'll talk about that at the end. Some of my haul, I belong to Pam Dumont's New England. Can't remember the name of her shop. Sorry. But you know her as Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. I love that name. And I belong to her fabric and one of her flosses. Can't remember which floss it is. Anyway, I got this. This is Ocean Sand. The reason I joined is because she does Atomic Ranch fabrics, and I really like those. They don't smell either, but I really like them. This one's called Ocean Sand. You can tell it's It's a little blown out, but you can see it's got pinks and blues, and it'll be really fun to either. And we get, what do we get? We get 17 by 27. I think that's an 1/8. Might be a little bigger. It's that size. Anyway, I can get a pretty decent size pattern. I don't think I could do a Mirabilia on it, but I can do a lot of other fun things, or divide it up, which is probably what I'll do. Do some smalls. I like it. It'll be fun to stitch on. It's very beachy, ocean sand. It's right up my alley. And then I belong to So Much to Love. I believe it's every other month. Might be quarterly, but I think it's every other month. I'm pretty sure it's every other month. Pardon me. Her bag of the month, or bag of every other month. Some people get it every month. I get it every 2 to 3 months. Anyway, it is beautiful. The colors are beautiful. I'm not thrilled with the subject because you all know, if you've watched me before, I'm not a bee fan. I know there's a lot of you out there that are, and this might be a giveaway when I get to my 500 subscribers, which I'm still only at 280. So that's a ways away, but it could be a giveaway. It is beautiful. I will say that. The colors in it are amazing. I really like that. And she always gives lots of fun little goodies in her bags. So she usually sends 3 DMC colors to match the bag. So she did do that, which I thought was really pretty. And I love the colors, so I'll add that to my DMC collection. We got Stash Tangerine Honey Daydream Tea along the honey theme. And a cute little, cute little needle minder, which is also a bee. If you're interested to know why I don't like bees, rewatch some of my videos or YouTube's back in. It was last year. I know it was last year. I got stung in the neck by a bee. Just minding my own business, eating lunch, and a bee stung me in the neck, and I'm not very fond of bees. I was fine. I'm not allergic to them, but it hurt like a mother, and it burned and it hurt. It was right on my neck. I was kind of pissed at the bee. I didn't do anything. All I did was it landed on my neck, and I just brushed it away. I didn't even know it was a bee. I just went like something was on my neck, and I just went like that while I was chatting with my friend at lunch, and it got me. So, bees are not my favorite. So, she always sticks in fun things, and then she always, ever since I've gotten them, she's been sending these. She sends a little letter. So, Annie B's designed this chart. It's called Busy Bee. It's kind of hard to see. That's pretty good. Not too much glare. It's simple. It's pretty. You could, and it says on it, how doth the little busy bee something each shining heart. I cannot read what that says. I'd have to get it out of the pattern. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, that could all be a giveaway. I could just package that up, send it to some lovely person that watches my videos in the future. Or I might have one before that. I might have one before 500, because 500 seems a long ways away. I am not. Maybe I have 300 something. Maybe it's 370 I have now. I don't know for sure. I don't count numbers. I notice them. I don't count them. I'm not obsessed with my numbers. I do this for me. Whoever wants to come along, join me. It's fun. But anyway, I thought the colors of this was really lovely. I would have liked to be honest, I would have liked to have seen more of this fabric. Like, is that inside? Might be. It is. The fabric inside is so beautiful. Could I turn it inside out? Probably not. Probably not. But isn't it pretty? But it does have bees in that. Is that the same fabric? No, it's different. There must be 3, because I don't think this fabric is the same as the inside fabric. I could be wrong. But I thought this fabric was really beautiful, the colors in it. And I love how she does rickrack. It's a nice touch. And she does a lovely job of stitching them. So yeah, that's my haul. And what end am I at? I'm like 15 minutes. This is really going to be short, people. What are my plans? You know, I thought I would get in. I might start a 4th of July piece. I don't have any of that. I do want to start. I can't show it to you because it's going to be a gift or a small giveaway. Small exchange is the word you use, Anne, not giveaway. I'm sorry, no makeup. This is me. I have no makeup on. I need to start my smalls giveaway or exchange for the August retreat I'm going to, the first weekend of August in Kansas City with Black Nail Society Camp, it's called. And the words today. What they focus on this year is carnival. Last year it was camp. We had a great time doing all kinds of camp things. It was really fun. Even went outside in over 100-degree weather and did s'mores on an outdoor grill. That was a little much for me. It was 100 plus degrees, people. But it was cute and it was fun, and I love chocolate. I love s'mores. I had one, and then I scurried back inside into the air conditioning. Yeah, we got a lot of breeze going on. I think that's going to keep it a little cooler than 90 today. It might only be in the 80s today. So, yeah, so I got to get that started. I want to start a 4th of July patriotic piece. I think I know the one I want, and I'm going to have to order it. A gal that I met at StitchCon last year, stitched it, and it's a crossword. It's crossword puzzle, like words of liberty, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And I even thought I would do that for my daughter and family, maybe for Christmas, because they live in DC. They're very they do all things really fun, patriotic type stuff, and I think that they would like it. So I might start that. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Maybe not. So I want to start that, and I have to order that. I'll have to get a PDF of that. But I think I have the fabric for it, and it would be a fun stitch, and I think I could do it fairly quickly. So yeah, so I think that's my plans. I did not do WIP this year. Not WIP. Is that what it's called? With the boxes, WIP Go. It's called WIP Go. I didn't do WIP Go this year because I kept falling off the wagon on that. So I'm not doing that. So I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, doing what looks good and what makes me feel good. Speaking of which, I have been struggling with my blood pressure. It's been pretty way up there. I think it has to do with the stress of our family situation, which I explained last time. So my husband, and this is life from here on. If you want to say bye for now, see you next time, that's fine. But I'll go into detail a little more about my life situation. And if you're interested, fine. If not, I'll see you next time. Stitching to Connect Annie. Bye for now. Okay. That's what Michelle Bendy does between her Patreon videos and her YouTube floss videos. She goes whoosh, and that means I've gone from Patreon to, so I kind of borrowing that from Michelle Bendy. As I was saying, oh, okay. So if you know about me and my family, my husband Robert's sister, it has early dementia and has a very short-term memory of 15 to 20 minutes is all she can remember. So, although your mind is an amazing thing, some long-term memory pieces get stuck in there and occasionally come up and stuff like that. But anyway, so we're having a few issues with her. She's lived in her own home for 35 years, taking care of herself, took care of her home. She has no physical disabilities. It's all mental. And but we didn't feel safe with her in that situation. So we bought a house 30 minutes away from us instead of an hour away from us. And Robert moved up there with her this last weekend. Friday's Saturday, today's Tuesday. Closed on the house Thursday, moved in Friday, moved Jamie in Saturday. I believe it was anyway. And then they have two medical students that live in the lower level. It's a split level. You go up when you come in the door, down, and they're going to be in the lower level. And they'll cover evenings and early mornings. And we're not quite sure how the day part's going to get covered, whether it'll be take her to a senior daycare or Robert will have to go up for some days. But right now, he's with her 24/7. So I haven't seen my husband since Wednesday. So I hadn't seen my husband since Wednesday night. And he came home on Sunday for 2 hours. And that was really nice. We had a nice visit. We had a nice hugging and just connecting. And it was nice. And he's, it's tough because she wants to go home. That's not her home. She doesn't want to stay there. She's not interested in staying there. And so there's a lot of, I want to go home. She gets her shoes and coat on and says, I'm calling somebody to pick me up. And she looks at her phone. She didn't know what to do. So it's hard. It's just hard. But, he's a great brother. He's doing a great job with her. I can't do anything but be supportive to him, which is big. And he's very appreciative of me and my support of him emotionally. So we talk on the phone a couple of times a day. He'll probably get to come home every 3-4 days for a couple hours while the ladies are there to cover for him. But she won't do things like go to bed until he's back. She won't. She wants him there. That's the only person she knows, per se. And sometimes she doesn't know him. So we're steering through life right now with a few kind of, curves and ups and downs and valleys and roller coastery kind of type things. But so I thank you for the community. I don't know what I'd do without the stitching community. I really don't. I look forward to the Zoom calls I get on. I look forward to, and I have friends. I have a good network of friends, neighbors. I have no family here, but everybody is, supportive of me. Okay, another big thing that happened this week. I will close out with this, and that'll be at about a half. So then I will have done about half an hour, which is good. It's perfect. We had a tornado, an E1 tornado, 6.5 miles wide, touchdown in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Yeah. It was scary. It was very scary. I personally we had no damage done to our home. There was a huge amount of rain, a lot of hail. The winds were crazy, 70-mile-an-hour winds, just bending over trees and breaking trees off, shearing them off at the ground throughout my general area of where I live. It was 6.5 miles wide, and they termed it an E1 tornado. I cannot imagine living in like Oklahoma, wherever the tornado belt is, and living through an E4 or E6 or whatever those really serious ones are. I can't imagine that because this was terrifying. It was. So I never heard a siren, but I have a phone. My phone went off. I have a phone notification for severe weather because we do get some severe weather. We get quite a few hailstorms here. So we get severe weather notices on our phone, and So I was watching TV because I knew things were going up north, and Robert was up north. It wasn't the day he moved, or it was the day before, but he was up north, and I knew stuff was going on there. And so I was watching the news. I was texting him and saying the hail's coming. You need to get under if you're driving, or even at her house. You need to get the car in the garage. You need to get it out of the way. Hail's coming. And so I was watching the news, and it was all up north. Then all of a sudden, my phone went off, and it was on us. And it was like within a couple of minutes of the time it was up north. So I grabbed my cat. We have a lot of windows in our house, which is nice because I love all the light. I grabbed my cat, and we went into we have a kitchen, and then we have the laundry room in the garage. And I went into the laundry room, no windows in there. And it's kind of, the kitchen has no windows. And so I just kind of stood in the doorway so I could look out the window and see what was going on. And you could see debris. That's what I was worried about, that a branch was going to come crashing through one of my windows. And indeed, that's what happened to my neighbor back up behind me. That is a bit more of a rise. Our house is a little bit lower, so I think that's why we didn't suffer any damage. And, but yeah. So that was quite a day, quite an evening. Prior to that, the night before, we have a big, if you know Colorado at all, we have a big, huge natural red rock amphitheater. I don't know how natural it is. They definitely carved into it, but it's gorgeous. And if you like concerts, it's a wonderful place to go to a concert. It's huge. It's towards the mountains. It's on the edge of the mountains. They had baseball size hail at that concert. 100 people got injured. And as far as I know, this storm, the storm the next day, that with the tornado, no one was injured and no one was killed. That's what I've heard. But 100 people were injured at that concert because of the baseball size hail. People were hiding in the porta potties there. So this storm had been brewing since the night before. It was gorgeous weather during the day until about 2:00. I think the tornado came at about 3:30, and it was about half an hour, 45 minutes. I thought it would never end. And you can look out our window, and there's a hill, and there's rocks and stuff. And so when it rains, the water filters down through the rocks. And then I live on a cul-de-sac. The whole cul-de-sac was full of muddy, dirty water, and it crossed the street and went down the hill between the houses across the street. And I'd never seen that before. There was a huge amount of water. And we have had a very rainy June. So our ground is very saturated. So I think there was no place for that water to go but down the rocks, through the street, and over the hill, down into this huge open space we have across the road. Yeah. So I lived through a tornado last week, along with all the other things with my family. And it was quite a week. I didn't get a lot of stitching done, partly because, so I've been watching my blood pressure, because that obviously, I have high blood pressure. I take medication for it, but it is very related to stress for me. And I couldn't get my blood pressure down this weekend. Finally, Sunday. So it was bad Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was 180 over 120, I think. And it should be 120 over 80. I couldn't get it to go down. Once my husband came home on Sunday, I think I relaxed a little bit. Monday was much better. It was 126. I could get it down. I haven't even taken it today yet. I think it's fine. My vision gets blurry. I can tell when my blood pressure is high. Too much information. But anyway, so that's been a challenge. Big challenge. I've gone to the pool a couple of times. I'm not sure if I'm going after Mahjong or not. We'll see how warm I am. I like to go. Our high temperature hits at about 2:00 in the afternoon. So I like to go like 4 or 5 o'clock at night. All the kids are back at home and there's not a lot of hoopla. Kind of have the pool to myself till about 7. And then I come home, I'm cooled off, and it gets hot in my bedroom. I stay downstairs until it cools off. Open the windows, get some breeze, cross breeze through it. I haven't even turned my air conditioner on this year yet. Might be today if it hits 90. But yeah, that's a lot of information. So I've been talking for 30 minutes. I'm going to say bye for now. I hope you have as best a day as possible. That's what I've been telling my husband because it's day by day with his sister. And I will see you in a week to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I really don't know for sure what's going to occur. But it's really great to see you. Enjoy your summer, whether it be vacay or pool activities, beach activities, which I'd be super jealous about because I love the beach. And we'll see you next time. Bye.